The wait is finally over. I spent a good chunk of the previous week just also tweeting about how Ash Blossom was going to stay in the cage. I put her in there and was not going to let her out until we got a new ban list in the TCG, and well, here it is. We in the West now have a new Yu-Gi-Oh! Ban list. Our last one, we got it on May... Well, it was a Tuesday, and it was somewhere between the 11th and the 20th. May 17th it was. And that ban list was effective immediately. Yeah, the one where they let Change of Heart and Yatagarasu back in the game and finally axed Vert. And now, yeah, I just basically quickly checked, and on a Monday, and before 2 PM even, new ban list update. Yeah, so... I'm still hoping I'm gonna have, like, a solid deck I can play coming into, like, next weekend, because I still want to go to that regional qualifier. It's still not too far from where I live. I should get there in under 2 hours, and then it'll take about, like, roughly the same time to get back, so... I'd be willing to participate in the next regionals, but... I don't know, I'm just a little nervous that this ban list could just really fuck up everything. Alright, so predictions. I made these predictions about a month ago, mainly because I was expecting to have our ban list come out a month ago. And I was expecting this ban list to come out, I don't know, 3 months after, like, the May 17th announcement. So, at first, I guess we were gonna get our ban list update in late August. We got it 1 month behind my initial prediction of late August. We're now in late September, so... This is, yeah, the final week of September, and we're just looking at the ban list now. Well, we're gonna be. Also added a few predictions, like, a couple days back. Just taking a little bit more time to actually think over just what cards might make sense to get rid of, considering just how new strategies have just made them even more powerful. So Mystic Mine, because I'm willing to bet that just almost anyone in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Community could agree that there's probably no lamer card in the game than Mystic Mine. Halqifibrax, Artifact Scythe, Chaos Ruler, the dragon with the generic synchro materials, the level 8 that can just mill 5. I mean, tier limits for one thing, obviously you want to mill as many cards as possible to get their effects off, and yeah, just throwing in Chaos Ruler makes that easier. We also recently got the Runic archetype over here in the West from Tactical Masters that likes to have quick play spells in the grave, so Runic Fountain can just draw them a shit ton of cards. And that Fountain is not even the hard once per turn. Like, you can just draw cards for as many times as you can get, like, copies of Runic Fountain on the field. I've had, like, one of my opponents, I think, like, draw 10 in their first turn off multiple Runic Fountain copies. And also just using, I think they use the Chaos Ruler to also help them just get additional quick play spells in the grave they can just put back on the bottom of the deck to just draw the same number of cards. Yeah. And spoilers, I lost that game. And Fairy Tail Snow. I mean, banishing 7 cards from the grave is a pretty steep cost, I can imagine, for most decks, but tier elements can just mill cards left, right, and center. It's not too uncommon for me to be looking at a graveyard with like 14 plus cards in it when I'm playing against tiers. So they could easily just use Snow like twice. So if you don't happen to have a hand trap on you, they're basically always going to have that interruption live, which is just so annoying to play against. Powering up a deck that's already like tier 1, already dominating. Emergency teleport to 1 to nerf the splashability of the Punk engine, which is probably going to just hit the Punk deck itself. I put Totally Awesome here because my thought process is they're gonna just, I don't know, Konami's gonna make it look like they're actually doing something about like the power level of Sprite without actually doing anything, because, as I said last time, the extra deck for the most part just functions as an extension of your hand, so you'll always have the 1 copy of Totally Awesome on hand anyways. Skill Drain, just a game warping floodgate that I'm guessing most of the community would want to see put back at 1. Orcust Harp Horror. I don't know, a lot of people are just talking about it coming off the list, and just given how, like, there's probably a lot of other archetypes that would just easily special summon en masse from the deck, I would I would possibly see this coming off the ban list and not warping the game too much. I mean, I hardly ever see, like, myself playing against Orcus decks in the first place. Also, I guess the two starters in the Brave Engine, Water Enchantress and Right. Branded opening, I guess, to nerf Branded Despia, because, I don't know. Just nerf the old decks to just make more room to just sell, like, the new cards for the new decks. Sekka's Light, this is at 1. It's a spell that lets you draw 2, but you have to literally play no other spells and traps for that to work. And I can't really imagine, like, what other decks, like, would want to play no spells and traps. And if you want to have, like, draw 2 cards, you have your choice of Pot of Extravagance, Pot of Desires, or better yet, if you don't mind, like, just not getting 2 cards, only 1. If you want to, like, look at your next 6 cards and then pick one of those, you got Pot of Prosperity, even better yet. So yeah, Sekka's Light's got a lot of competition in the draw 2 department. Well, not counting Pot of Greed, because just a draw 2 unconditional will probably never come back into, like, modern day Yu-Gi-Oh! So Sekka's Light will go to 2, and then on the ban list after that to 3 is my prediction. And then no longer on the list, Pot of Desires. Because, yeah, one thing I've just kind of, like, come to notice after actually being able to play 2 of these is that you don't want to, like, open up multiple Pot of Desires or draw into multiple copies of Desires, because you can only fire off 1 per turn. And the more of those cards you actually use in a single game, the more likely you are going to just deck out anyways, and I mean, in most 40-card decks, you probably really, like, won't be able to feasibly activate all 3 copies of Desires without just decking yourself out, which, obviously, that's just the game loss. When was the last time Wall Revealing, like, even did anything? So I predict that'll go to 3. And then just 2 other random cards, Trickstar Like Stage and Fire Formation Tenki. Just 2 other random cards in the semi-limited section that aren't really doing much of anything will just go to 3. Because they're not doing too much. Alright, so it's been 7 minutes already. We're just going to look at the list. Artifact Scythe Forbidden. Fairy Tail Snow Forbidden was limited. No Scythe. There's no Scythe here. We could still get Scythe locked. Previous list will remain in effect until October 3rd. So the regionals would be happening like October 1st, which is a Saturday. So my deck, I won't have to change my deck to adhere to this new list at all. I won't have to change up the deck for the regionals, so it'll come into effect next week. Whereas the previous one, effective immediately. So I don't know, this can't be like too much of a surprise with a tier deck just easily milling like 14 plus cards, and then thus having the power to use Snow like twice. Even just using it once you're gaining some value, twice. Just having 2 interruptions you can use over, like, 2 different turns, or even just, like, twice in the same turn. Just, yeah. Thank you for getting that out of there. Okay, Max C still forbidden. They didn't take the horror off the list either. Yeah, I don't know exactly what's gonna happen if they put Harp Horror to 1. Still willing to bet that's gonna shake up the game less than, like, putting Sprite and tier elements into the game. Ronin Totem. Wait, that's the frog that just... Yeah, that's the frog that can just special summon itself, like, several times out of the graveyard. Yeah. That's, like, one of the ways for a Sprite that just easily spam level 2s, and it's forbidden. Okay. Crystron Halki Fibrax was on its way out, and, well... Yeah, now it's forbidden. Every other format I could think of had basically already banned Halki by this point. We still have the Scythe, though, in the game. But, okay. Chaos Ruler forbidden. Okay, so I have 3 of my 5 predictions correct so far. I missed the mark on Scythe. I mean, just letting literally any deck have an easy mill 5, I can see why they get rid of it. Especially considering Tier loves the mill, and, well, that's already a dominant deck, so you're just basically just further powering up something that's already dominating. Alright, moment of truth. Let's see if they actually did hit Mystic Mine. Willing to bet that... I don't know. I actually still do feel like it could go either way, with Konami being in charge of the game here. I mean, like, we Castlevania players wanted a new Castlevania game. Well, we technically got it, but a Pachinko machine doesn't really feel like a classic Castlevania game. Also, the fellow Silent Hill fans have pretty much just felt the same way about their franchise being turned into a slot machine, maybe even worse than, like, us Castlevania fans here. Yeah, just imagine, like, one of the what could have been one of the greatest games, one of the greatest horror games ever made, just gets cancelled in favor of a slot machine. Like, you can imagine just how angry, like, the Silent Hill fan base must have been. That's why I say, like, whether or not Mystic Mine could have been banned. Felt like it could have gone either way. But they banned it. No! Either it's at 1, or it's at 2, or it was not even touched in the first place. Mystic Mine is still in the game. Red reboot forbidden. Well, I guess I just have to, like... Well, I get one more spot in the side deck to do whatever with now. I don't feel like this was, like, the single most powerful card in the game. Maybe it could have just stayed at 1 forever, but... Well, this way, I get one more side deck spot to just put something else in now. What do they unban? Cyberjar, okay. Blackwing Steam the Cloak. I'm guessing this is some tuner monster that probably just got made too powerful with Hulk making it very easy to summon from the deck. And now it's back in the game, I think. And then Cyberjar. Oh, imagine it's just attacking into a set Cyberjar in 2022. Well, that can happen. Yeah, another classic Duel Monsters, another classic first generation card coming back into the game. I have no idea if this is going to do anything. I mean, like, the last 2 times they just... on the last list where they let 2, like, classic Duel Masters cards... Duel Masters. 2 classic first-gen Duel Masters cards back in the game, it barely did a thing. Change of Heart probably showed up every once in a blue moon, and Yatagarasu probably, like, never showed up to initiate a Yata lock. I mean, for one thing, in present-day Yu-Gi-Oh!, just... there's probably more efficient ways to just stop your opponent from playing the game entirely. I mean, we still have Scythe in the game, for one thing. Yeah, you can still maybe try and Scythe lock, but... of course you can't use Hulk to just try and do it anymore, so... probably gonna be a lot tougher to consistently set it up. Yeah, so I still might have to worry about just blowing up a back row, and then, like, I just tripped over an artifact Scythe, and then I just can't extra deck summon, and just basically can't really play. Alright, so what else? Mecha Phantom Beast the Lion. That's another tuner monster, I'm pretty sure. Also back in the game, Substitoad. What does that one do again? Okay, so they got rid of one frog and they added in another. Please, this better not be this better not be level 2. I swear, if this is level 2... if they just basically got... okay, they didn't just get rid of, like, one frog from Sprite for them to just get another frog back they can just use instead. Contribute 1 monster to special summon 1 frog monster from your deck, except Frog the Jam. Also known as Slime Toad. Frog monsters cannot be destroyed by battle. Wait, Totally Awesome technically doesn't count as a frog, I hope. I mean, I still want to run that thing's ass over in battle. I don't know, because what if I just can't remove it or anything? Then again, I'm playing Lava Golems and Super Polys, so I should probably be able to just figure my way out around it. What else is coming back in the game, if anything? Nothing else has changed so far on the list. The rest of this is still, like, the same. Spellbook of Judgment. I don't know how to feel about this one still. Then again, we're probably just going off of very outdated information. There was a spellbook deck that could easily just draw 6. I have to wonder if it's that easy for that deck to just accomplish that in 2022 after, like, several years of the game changing. I mean, for one thing, just... I got back into Yu-Gi-Oh! About, like, 9 months ago, and the game has already changed so much, it's just ridiculous. Just imagine how much the game would have changed in, like, 8+ years, or 6+ years, whichever. Because I don't know if this came out in 2014 or 2016. But yeah, even 9 months is just enough to just completely change the game, almost. And a Pointer of the Red Lotus, I can see why that's put the 1. I know what that is. I can still run Pot of Desires at 2, it's fine. I see. So there's only 3 cards left on the semi-limited list, so... Basically, one hit that I can really think of to Sprite, and that's the form of just running Toad and Banned. One hit to Tier Elements, and this being banned, well, pretty much just any deck that could just fill up the graveyard like crazy. And there's probably going to be, like, quite a lot, well, even this being banned, so there's probably going to be less. So yeah, Cyberjar coming back in the game, pretty interesting, not gonna lie. Mainly just because that's one of the few cards I really know what it is, because it's one of the old ones. Yeah, if you attack into a set Cyberjar, it's basically just gonna, like, wipe the board. But then again, there are, like, so many other board wipes these days that I don't know, like, I don't know if Cyberjar is gonna be able to do anything. I mean, first things first, like, it's gotta be set face down. And there are just still so many good ways of just clearing boards. Just destroying cards before, like, you even have to, like, go into the battle phase to attack into them, so... Good chance maybe this just gets set in 2022, and then, I don't know, opponent just basically combos off, access code, just wipe your board anyways, and the fact that you set this just never mattered. Yeah, what if Cyberjar just does nothing? Because it's just too easy to just, for most decks, to just wipe the board and then proceed to battle. So, like, it never gets a chance to be flipped up. Oh yeah, and also, like, Brave Engine still completely untouched. Oh, and Mystic Mind never got hit either. I didn't see, like, any new spells on the limited or semi-limited list. Yeah, I didn't want to... Yeah, I was saying, like, it could go either way, and then I just basically, like, last minute guessed they finally banned Mystic Mind, but no. Still, Mystic Mind still in the game. Yeah, I said I leave this site if Mystic Mind didn't get banned this list. Nice knowing y'all. Wait, so is he actually seriously leaving Duelingbook? Because Mystic Mind never got hit. So convinced Mystic Mind will get banned next list that if it's not, I'll leave the site and never come back. I guess I'll still want to check main menu every once in a while, see if he actually left. Yeah, I get that error every once in a while also. I think that showed up like a few times on one of my streams recently. Yeah, Halky Fibrax was definitely on its way out. Alright, so I guess the Mystic Minds that I bought, I guess I'm still going to be playing those, potentially. And I just want to like quickly see. I just want to see if like the current like Mystic Mine prices are up to date, because my guess is like they just spiked in value because they're still in the game, and there were a lot of people just speculating the card was gonna get banned and then just not be usable and competitive anymore. But no, it's still in the game. Mystic Mine's probably just spiked. I don't know, maybe we gotta come back in a few days to just see the most up-to-date prices on mine. They're gonna spike, probably. Just trust me on this one. Yeah, still definitely some things I really just want to see like get addressed, but just no, simply like nothing happened. I mean, Sprite lost Ronin Totem, they're gonna lose it in a week, but Substitute on the other hand, that's just another frog they could potentially play, even though it's a level 1. I mean, they can't just basically use it to like... Well, they can play Sprite off with it, but none of the other extra deck monsters, I don't think. Yeah, that can still be used to play the elf, so... I don't know. I don't know, putting that back in the game might have been a mistake. I don't know, only time will tell. And we gotta wait a week before our rankings get reset, because that... I assume that happens only when the new list comes into effect. Still also have our 3 Dimension Shifters, which is good news. I mean, if Dimension Shifter got banned, I would have noticed immediately. If it got limited or semi-limited or just outright banned, I would have noticed instantly. What does this card do in the graveyard? You can banish this card from your graveyard. I assume that's basically instant speed. So this guy does... Just reading. And the card in the graveyard, because it can do something apparently from there. Yeah, as I was saying, with Yugioh not being like that relevant anymore, a lot of cards can just literally do stuff in the graveyard. Whereas back in the day, like when Yugioh was just causing all sorts of hell, that wasn't the case. I'm fine with that. Fusion. I didn't even use the D-shifter, I just noticed. Oh well. Allure of Darkness. Draw 2. I guess I might as well put this guy on the board. And we'll see if I get a Thunderbird on the field or not. Alright, never mind. I guess I'm just gonna leave these in because, I don't know. It was just stupidly good, just in general, against a lot of decks. Yeah, so I'm just gonna be basically like getting 1 free space in the side deck next week. I don't know, probably something like maybe a 3rd Lightning Storm could go in there, I don't know. Yeah, so I'm sort of glad I bought those Mystic Mines after all, because they never got hit. So if I want to use those, I will have the option to do so. Now, why are we not swapping cards here? There we go. Okay, I thought I was going to be forced to go first, and then thus should have put more floodgates in. I think this time I'm going to use the D-shifter. Foolish Burial Goods. I'm going to chain D-shifter. Oh, I am so sorry. Alright, next game. Well, if I go second, I'm fine with that either way. Oh, first? I have to wonder what deck he's playing if he's making me go first. Good luck, by the way. What deck are you playing? Go off king, queen. I'd be king if I was king. I'm gonna go D-shifter. That would be king, sir. If I was royalty. Draw. Well, I can't use either of those. Hence why I didn't want to be forced to go first. Just both of those are just... yeah. Both of those are just useless at the moment. Okay. Banish. Eater of Millions I could at least play if I want. I'll try and just get another level 8 on board, though. Not anymore. Really have to wonder what he's playing if he's making me go first. I don't know, potentially maybe Gren Maju? I mean, yeah, last stream I basically played against a Gren Maju. I played a Gren Maju mirror match. That really doesn't happen often. So I want to put the, like, Hope Harbinger on top. Because there's no point in putting this on top, really. If I can't just OTK with it. I wish I could do more going first, but this deck, especially if I don't side for it, really can't do too much going first if I don't side for it. Can't think of too many other decks that'd like to go second. Maybe some Sword Soul builds. Cyber Dragons, maybe. Depends on how that's built. Pot of Extravagance. Yep. I could have maybe just, like, countered that, but if I would have done that, then any other spell I would have played would have been, like, fair game. Well, we'll see if I made the right call or not. That I'm stopping. And then attach it as material. So he's playing Kaijus and he's going second. This could be a Gren Maju deck I'm playing against. I mean, I was running Kaiju Slumber before just switching over to Lava Golem. Mainly due to Sprite being a thing. Yeah, because this says, like, if you do attach the negated card to this card as material. Yeah, I was running that myself before switching over to the Lava Golems. Just seeing, like, more boards with shit tons of monsters, so just getting rid of them one at a time just not being that feasible anymore. For example, Sprite, just trading one for one, not really feasible most of the time. Same for tier elements. I mean, when you just commonly see boards with like 3 to 4 monsters, maybe even more than that, like trading 1 for 1 is just not feasible. Not really what you want to be doing. Yeah, because there are also, for example, might be like 2 boss monsters, both with negates, that either one can just really shut you down from playing if you can't get rid of both. 4 Mud Skipper. I've never seen this card before, but I've seen that Sky Striker. Sky Strikers and Kaijus and Parallel Exceed. Oh, I see how he summoned that. Utopia double. I've heard of this card before. I'm guessing this is yeah, this is an OTK strategy I'm aware of. Summon 1 Utopia with double the original attack. But it cannot attack directly. Oh, Dogmatica Ecclesia. Interesting deck we're looking at so far. Dogmatica, Sky Strikers, an OTK with Utopia double. Interesting. He didn't add the double or nothing, so he's not going to put this at like 10,000. So we're just negating his own attack, right? So that's at 10,000, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that does 7,000 here to Hope Harbinger, and then she can just swing for a game when she attacks directly, so yeah, it's GG's. Yeah, the combo is basically you get double or nothing, just double Utopia's attack a second time to like 10,000, and then just, yeah, swing for game into like nearly any attack position monster. I'm not even sure if I don't even know how to side for like an OTK deck. I mean, I'm going to be going second, so he can't OTK now going first. Not sure if I really need to side. I just go second and maybe expect him to flounder, just having to go first. But this can't attack, though. Oh, he's going to use it to link summon Parallel Exceed. Oh, so I'm guessing that's the engine that's just going to Exceed to go into, like, an easy rank 4. This won't do anything until, like, cards actually start going to the graveyard again. Because of D-Shifter, this won't do anything for the, like, this turn and the next. And then we're setting 2 and passing, okay. Yay. I could just literally play Mystic Mine and pass, and hopefully he's got no answer to it. Just seeing if these monsters can do anything, maybe. One of these is a Dogmatica punishment. I literally can't think of anything else to do with this kind of hand. I could have maybe tried to summon the Ogopogo, but what if I would have just drawn like another like card I can't really just go and play a bunch with? What if I would just drawn something else that's not going to be of much use? I mean, sure, I can just tribute off monsters and whatnot, but with none of these can actually just start building a board. We'll summon one monster, or try to. See if the next card I draw is maybe another like level 8 I could just put on the board. Yeah, and then from there we'd try to go for Lancelot. That's not a level 8 though. I'm trying to maybe reach Lancelot, or maybe I could just go for like a huge Gren Maju. Alright. If not, then I'm gonna go into Lancelot. Otherwise, we'll see if I get to like, if I get priority back or not. I'm guessing not. Attack directly with Lancelot. Yeah, this might be my win con for like a few games in the next formats, because Mystic Mine actually didn't even get hit, despite just so much of the community just asking for it to be banned, and literally nothing. I mean, it's mandatory I do the negate, so yeah. Even if I don't want to negate the terraforming, I have to. No, directly. Again, please. Negated again. Well, I'm assuming he could have just done that before I made the attack, so I'll just assume that's what he did, and then probably just pass turn. Yeah, I guess on his end phase we're gonna do this here. I can just tribute summon this guy if I want. But at least just ensure that I'm gonna have fewer monsters so I can't use monster effects. Wait, actually no, what am I doing? Then again, I could just normal summon this guy next turn anyways. It's fine. Yeah, I can't normal summon twice. Yep. 25, 64 minus 25 would just barely be, like, not enough to kill him. He also has a face down, which is interesting. Yeah, it's got me thinking here how I should approach this. I'm gonna just pop the card that he set with the Pancratops. Since it's not letting me actually target. Alright. That won't do anything. Special summon this guy. That should be lethal unless he just responds to it. I honestly just win. My guess is I'm going to be forced to go first, so I'm going to put the floodgates in, and hopefully that's going to just slow him down a bunch. I honestly just win. No, you don't. I'm guessing I don't need that or that too badly. I should probably just axe a bunch of the going second cards, if anything. If I'm expecting to be forced to go first, this guy's playing like Utopia, OTK stuff. Should probably just like side out more of the going second cards if I'm going to be forced to go first, because that's just more stuff that just does diddly squat. Going first. Well, we're going to lose this card in the week anyways. Whatever. We'll do that. That's what I thought. If he won the rock, paper, scissors, then it made me go first. I don't need both. I'm just gonna do set 4 pass and hope for the best. I feel like that's just about all I can do right now. What is this? Can add, except it resolves. I've never seen this before. Looks like a fun place to hang out. I don't know what kind of stuff goes on there. Appliancer something. I've literally never seen a deck like this before. I just feel like I can lose because I simply just don't know how to play against this. Copy something. Copy buckle. If you special summon another to the field, you can special summon from the deck. I'm gonna play the Macro Cosmos and then see what he decides to summon off the other card. Since it was one of these that had when it's sent to the graveyard effect. Yeah, which won't be able to do anything unless this gets removed. 2 socket rolls. I'm tempted to just wait until he summons something else. I'll see what else he plays. Yeah, I don't think I maybe should shotgun this too early, but of course I can always just wait too long to play this and then just lose anyways. Laundry Dragon. And then he's ending his turn. I can't Lightning Storm. How do I not take damage? I'm confused. There's no Dark Ruler no more or anything. Why is this card a thing? I'm so confused. Well, if I attack into it, he's gonna take no damage. Alright, so if another appliance or socket roll special summon to your field while you control this monster, he only has one more in the deck maximum. If this co-linked card's not co-linked. Okay, I don't want to attack. I'd rather not attack into this. But it might just do the attack first, so yeah. Probably gonna lose this next turn anyways, I'm pretty sure. This can just attack and destroy my monster. Anyways. Unless he plays like another water something that doesn't have the same name as this. Unless he plays another water monster. I don't know. Yep. I don't care if I lose this matchup. I got my moment of funny there. Wait, what does this do again? When this card is activated. Is he trying to use the first effect a second time? As in this one? Oh. He played a second copy, so of course he can. I wasn't paying attention. Of course. Sure. I can't super poly in this board state. What do you do? That monster you control cannot be destroyed, and then this will destroy my monster. Or just banish it instead because my own macrocosmos. Yay, another super poly. Appliancers and Dogmatica Ecclesia. If he summons the Fleur-de-Lis, then I could at least try and play something. Okay, he's gonna probably summon that, and then I'll be able to actually just... Or, no, never mind. Attack for 1500. Oh, wow. Surely we are cursed. I can't summon Gizmek. It's not in the graveyard. It wasn't gonna be because of this. I'm just hoping he plays, like, something else I can just... I'm kinda hoping it just summons another monster I can maybe actually super poly, but no. Alpha. Okay, we can play now. I'm gonna use that to force this back in the extra deck. And then run over Dogmatica Ecclesia. Or it could run over instead the copy buckle. I mean, if he just summons the Fleur-de-Lis next, I can trip him up with a Super Poly, because it'll be 2 light spellcasters, I think. Or even if it's just 2 light monsters, I'm gonna still trip him up anyways with the Super Poly. Finally, like, something else on the board actually just started swinging with. Yeah, if he just plays another light monster that's not another Dogmatica Ecclesia, I can just catch him off guard with this. Or another of these. Right. Wait, I think this is game. Yeah, I think this is actually GG's here. Because of it inflicts 3,000 damage upon destroying it. If only he would have summoned the Fleur-de-Lis. But no. Well, he did just win after all. Yeah, I just got killed by a laundry machine. Literally just got wrecked by a laundry machine. Alright, we're setting a field spell. Oh, I see. I can see why. I'm gonna resolve this first, and then we can just... Yeah, then we can just start discarding. I mean, if that's something you want to activate. I see. Okay, I'm definitely glad I just used the D-shifter here. That's what I was starting to think. That's what I thought was gonna happen. Also, we put the Nessie in that spot, so I might just have a Moticade here, maybe. Let's see. Or just draw a second shifter. Which I actually do not need. Probably not going to be getting the OTK off, most likely, at this point. I'm starting to think that ship has just sailed. Yeah, because he messed up and put the Nessie in that spot. Oh, I only gained 1,600 attack. It's only going to be 1,600 extra damage there. $4,050. That's all I can do right now. I couldn't even use these. And now I've just let him, like, potentially just kick my ass. Now I gotta just let him go. Have to just let him play now. Yep. Yeah, the level 4s, I assume, for Time Thief Redoer. Yeah, come to think of it, like, the Scythe Lock that I was just running into, like, Basically, all the Scythe locks I was just running into and just basically, like, feeling like I was just getting straight up ripped off. All of those basically involved Hulk. It was like, Hulk summon TG Wonder Magician or something. Use that to pop your own set card after having searched it off of... Alright. Yeah, basically it was play Dagda, search Scythe, set Scythe. Hulk, assuming it just has a chance to do so, like, summon Wonder Magician, pop Scythe, and then use the Scythe and the Wonder Magician both to summon a Baron, so I have another, like, interruption, on top of the opponent not be able to use their extra deck. And then God knows just how many other, like, degenerate combos Hulk was going to enable in the future. Had to just imagine, like, we would have, as a community, found something else to just basically break the game with Hulk, had it still been in the game up to this point. Well, technically is. It's got a week left before, like, it's officially forbidden. Also, I don't know, the red reboot felt a little bit out of left field. Despite the fact there are really, like, no other cards in the game that can really do, like, exactly what it does. Yeah, it's not just, like, one of the few trap cards that activates out of your hand, it's a counter trap on top of that, so it's next to impossible to respond to. I mean, if it really hit, like, any other card type, not just trap cards, which don't come up too often, then there's probably no way it would have, like, survived as long as it did. I thought it was going to be fine because it mainly is just relegated to, like, hitting trap cards. Card type that doesn't come up too terribly often, compared to, like, monsters and spells. And that's getting shuffled in the deck, so... yeah, that means I can't resummon it anyways next turn. Alright, so how much power do I have on the board here? Okay, we got another 2450s, so this is probably 35, 2000, 2400. Yeah. And then another 2450 in case those three monsters aren't strong enough to OTK. Okay, probably want to also put that in. I think maybe those as well might be a nice idea. Just asking myself how I, like, do the rest of this siding here. I don't know, maybe something like that could be fine. Or this, I don't know. Do kind of, like, want to try the summon limits anyways. Would like to try that. Let's try that. Alright, no D-shifter this time. Okay. That was going to summon itself no matter what. And then that can just fuse from the graveyard. Yeah, when I was talking about just how easy it is to get cards in the graveyard in large quantities. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. You already used the halfness this turn. Yeah, this is what I was talking about here. Get Colossum early, you can just easily combo off the mill 8. Who's this? Oh, fuck. And he's gonna get the Eradicate Epidemic Virus too? Oh, unless he can just... Unless he maybe can't keep on making plays here. He needs the Dark Monster 2500 plus attack. He's probably gonna find a way to get there, I can imagine. Well, I can at least... Actually, no, I can easily tribute that off, at least. But good chance I think I'm just gonna lose the Pot of Desires, most likely. So this is gonna be just probably useless, most likely, unless I just draw into a Gizmek or something. Okay, Time Thief Redoer has 2500 attack. I've never seen this card. Oh, I see. Spell Trap Negate. Understood. At least I have like Lava Golem and Godarla to just deal with that kind of shit. But yeah, I might just... Okay, I'm not gonna lose the pot. In draw. I'm not just gonna lose the pot or anything. At least I shouldn't. He doesn't have a Dark Monster with 2500 plus attack. Yeah, so if I give him the lava golem, thinking here, if I give him the lava golem, I can't summon this the same turn. We'll do it anyway. He has something on Wrath of Lava Golem. You cannot... I cannot target dark monsters with card effects, or this one. $2,500 or more attack. That should be on like only 2,400. Unless there's something I'm not seeing here. Oh, it just left. Yeah, 24 because Primeval Planet Pearl Rhino, if I'm pronouncing that right, gives the controllers fusion monsters, any fusion monster in general, and their tier limits 500 extra attack. This is normally 1,900, so with the 500 boost, it would be a 2,400. So just 100 attack shy of being able to just use the Eradicator Epidemic Virus to just tribute that to just basically make me lose the pot. And he just left. Now that would actually be pretty interesting. I don't know how much time I actually have to throw the deck together to just... Yeah, I don't think I'd be able to throw a deck together quickly enough for him to like still be there. I could try. You should be good, right? These are from pretty far back, I'm pretty sure. Oh, 7-colored fishes and Metal Raiders, okay. 3 of those. Solemn Judgment's also in there. What good stuff's in Magic Ruler? Delinquent Duo, Snatch Steal, Painful Choice, really? Forceful Sentry, oh my fucking god. These early sets were stacked. These sets are fucking stacked. Yeah, the Spell Trap lineup is absolutely stacked, but I don't know about the monsters. Alright, can someone just give me, like, the highest attack monsters from the first 3 sets that are, like, level 4? I mean, 7 colored fish is one, for one thing. Confiscation's in here also, holy crap. Willing to bet that we're probably not gonna like see that guy after I'm done making the deck. Is Heavy Storm in here, or is it Metal Raiders? Yeah, I think Mirror Force is from that set, so I think that would be fair game. $1650 attack, sure. Monster, level 4. Just seeing how long it's going to take me to actually throw this deck together. Something with higher attack, please. Yeah, I think that's from like pretty far back too. Beaver Warrior, that's like LOB, I'm pretty sure. Looking for water monsters though. Just to like get the benefits off of this here. That's for Metal Raiders, but 2,000 attack, so I'm willing to just... Yeah, I'd be willing to try that. Pretty sure that'd be fair game. I think that's Metal Raiders. Dark Zebra. It's 1,800 attack, I guess. Exiled Force, I'm pretty sure came like a little later in the game's history. Yay, Flying Penguin. Wait, Mother Grizzly was in here, right? That's an SRL, yes it is. And I would need to just throw 3 more cards in here, preferably monsters. I don't know, in case maybe one of these just ends up in my graveyard somehow, I can just easily resummon it. That's also pretty nice art. How about we do 2 of these? I'm gonna see if that guy's still, like, waiting for a duel. Nope. I'm gonna look in watch mode, see if he's, like... Let's see if he's in a game. Oh, where's the... Visit their profile and click message. I guess I'll send them a PM. Deck instructor. Why am I here? Profile viewer. It's sent, right? Yep. See if I end up getting the game or not. The day the Maxi comes back is the day I quit Yu-Gi-Oh! Well, they still have it Maxi at 3 over in the East. If you play OCG, then Maxi basically just really, like, warps the format around itself. The outs against Maxi have outs against other relevant cards at the same time, too. Yeah, for example, Ash Blossom and Called By. Whereas Mystic Mine is basically just restricted to, like, spell trap removal. So if you just, like, put too many cards to just deal with Mystic Mine adequately, you're kind of just... You're basically handicapping yourself against just, like, basically everything else. Well, except for, like, maybe a few back row heavy decks like Eldritch. You're pretty much just handicapping yourself against the rest of the decks. And now we wait. And I think I see myself just going to get something to eat after this stream's over. These two are still in their game, so... I guess I can just double check the deck list one more time. That I threw together in probably like less than 10 minutes. I mean, Penguin Soldier came out in the structure deck, so I don't know if that technically counts, but... Yeah, Penguin Soldier's another pretty old cards, but I wasn't sure if it would count for the purpose of the first 3 sets. I mean, if it did, I'd definitely want to run it. Classic, just bounce 2 monsters. Yeah, so apparently, like, all of these power cards were, like, got printed in the first 3 sets of the game. Graceful Charity, like, made its debut in a structure deck, so I don't think that counts. I mean, if it did, I'd probably just put 3 of that in there, too, because... Apparently, like, there's, like, they're not adhering to a forbidden limited list. So yeah, I can just run, like, all the power cards and maybe just win because of that. Well, speaking of which, I might maybe put MST in here. Maybe. Yeah, I still honestly kind of find it a little bit hard to believe that this is perfectly fine in GOAT format. Granted, that's only a one copy, and I'm guessing maybe like that can just technically be like, I mean, still stupidly powerful, but can technically just not be on the ban list because Sinister Serpent and Thunder Dragon also existed at the same time as this did. So if you're just discarding your second card, as if the second card you're just pitching is a Sinister Serpent or a Thunder Dragon, it's not that big a deal compared to if you're actually losing something that, I don't know, you could have actually otherwise been using. Which definitely makes it, like, less impactful already if you just... Or better yet, like, if you're just having to, like, only discard 2 Thunder Dragons to this thing, and not actually, like, discarding anything it could have used, that also really softens the blow. They freed the tuners. Yeah, they freed, I think, like, 2 or 3 tuners. I saw at least 2 tuners come off. No Mystic Mind ban. Hulk, I knew, was just headed out the door. I'm still a little worried maybe Subsatone could just basically, like, continue to, like, mess up the format, just make Sprite a nightmare to deal with. I'm thinking Sprite still might be a nightmare to just have to worry about. Yeah, the red reboot ban still felt a little bit out of left field, but... Yeah, still, like, can't help but think there are really, like, no other cards in the game that really does things the way red reboot does. Yeah, also on the topic of Cyberjar, I'm willing to place my bets that that is going to do nothing. With just how stupidly easy it is to just destroy cards before moving into the battle phase, that's probably gonna do nothing. Yeah, where we live in a world where most decks can easily just power into like a 5300 attack monster. It can just clear boards like it's nothing and can't be responded to. Yeah. That's why I feel like it's probably gonna do like next to nothing. Okay, now it's raining. Less likely I'm gonna just go anywhere at this point. Yeah, I have no idea how much longer the wait's gonna be to try this out. I don't know, I maybe could have just hopped into a game in the meantime, but... Oh well. Let's just see if this game that Falcon's already in is, like, anywhere close to ending. Oh, that's in the game. Oh, La Jin I could have just ran also. Mystic Lamp with Axe of Despair. Yeah, if that goes through, the game's over. Let me add something to the deck then. How did I forget Raigeki was a thing back then? How did I forget about Raigeki from LOB? Guess I can't just cram it high with, like, staple cards, because I'll just run out of room. I'll just have, like, too many spells and traps, so I keep on doing that. Let's put some of him in instead, I guess. Oh, they started up another game. I think I'm probably just gonna sign off at this point. I don't feel like just waiting for another game to happen. Unless maybe I could just do like a game myself in the meantime while I wait with some other deck. There's still no guarantee I'm gonna get into like another game, so I think I'm just gonna like pass. And I'm just gonna end stream here, so I have like work to do regardless.